Hi everyone, hope you're well. Welcome to the second instalment of my Diaries from Dizzy Heights video journal of things that are keeping me busy during this here lockdown. This one is going to be based on discoveries I have made in my own kitchen since being confined to my house. So I've got 5 points which I've discovered, like main points, and Iris is sleeping and Kyle is working, so I have 2 or 3 minutes of time to myself, so I just thought I'd record a quick video. I would normally spend an okay amount of time in my kitchen. Now I'm obviously spending a lot more time in my kitchen. The first thing which I have discovered is there is a recipe on the internet for everything. So I did realise when clearing out cupboards that I had a few random ingredients, like this coconut flour that went out of date May 2016, and so I have used this to make some cookies this morning. I did realise I actually have some cocoa powder on my top, and in the background you can see all the washing up as well. There's obviously no point cleaning our houses right now, so if you're not doing it, then I think that's okay. And for me to say that, given how OCD I am, is quite a big deal. For me, the house is usually immaculate, so I've just learnt to let it go, and it's good. Explore the back of your cupboard, see what random ingredients you have, and even though you think it's probably not possible to make anything from it, put it into your phone or your laptop and see, because I bet there is. Secondly, I have discovered that if you run out of jam for your peanut butter jam toast, you can use last Christmas's cranberry sauce from the back of your fridge. So that was a welcome discovery. While on the topic of Christmas, I also found the chutney from the Christmas before last. So I've been enjoying that too. So go exploring in the back of your fridge, especially if you've got a big fridge, and see what's in there, all those weird sauces and pickles and stuff like that. Thirdly, I am really getting to know my kitchen utensils. So this is my new best friend. It's like a silicone spatula thing for baking, but it basically gets every single bit out of every jar of sauce. It's good for the cakes, it's good for scraping all the cake mixture out of bowls, stirring stuff. Yeah, I'm really rating this one right now. I never really appreciated it that much. The other thing I think which has stepped up in the ranking is my cake spatula. So we did cake occasionally here before. I've been baking a lot, being in on the lockdown, once I could get hold of the flour, because that was tricky for a while, wasn't it? And I would say this is probably now about as used as the pizza cutter was in my student house when I was at uni, which is quite a lot. The other thing, third thing, would be I've been working to upcycle packaging. So this was a jar of honey from Crete, which has now got one of my peace lilies growing in it. This was a pot of hummus, which now is housed to some really cool homemade Play-Doh that I made for Iris. So that's cool because it's airtight. Great free Tupperware that you get with pretty much most things out of the chilled department. I've also been making a few eco bricks as well. Some of you know what those are. So it's basically all the chopped up non-recyclable plastic that would otherwise go to landfill or an incinerator. Chopped up really small, wedged in here, super tightly packed. And I'm going to join them together and make something in another video at some point. And the other thing which has been bringing me a lot of joy, and I did appreciate it, but now I really appreciate it, is the kitchen windowsill. So I am spending a lot of time standing there doing washing up because we're not blessed with a dishwasher. So now I'm spending more time there. I'm really looking over the things that are in my eye line, and I really like them. So I'm just going to show you a few of my favourites. So the first one is this one, which is a pop-up card. It was a Christmas card from my good friends Alex and Naomi, and I'm definitely not just going to keep that for Christmas. That lives on the windowsill like this, and it's a beautiful paper bunch of roses, which I get to look at every time I'm doing my washing up. I also have this gorgeous Camellia Cutting from my garden. So this was a bit that was hanging off, so I bought it in and it's now open. So that's really pretty. All the garden's coming out in blossom at the moment, so it's really nice. I've got this piece of Amethyst, which I quite like all my rocks and crystals. So Amethyst allegedly purifies the mind and reduces stress. Handy. handy if you've got any of that lying around. This was a brilliant find. So this is a Kaleidoscope from an exhibition up in London that I went to called 24/7 at Somerset House, which was ironically about how everybody needs to slow down in society and pay particular attention to how all the digital stuff's taking over and how we don't spend enough time living in the present. It's actually a really good exhibition if you look it up online. 24/7 it's called. And this is a very welcome break from reality to stare into this and see how different the world could look if you shove a ball of glass into a paper toilet roll holder. So Iris isn't having that. That's mine for the moment. And the final thing is this beautiful statue, which was from my mum for a birthday present once. And look how serene she is. Isn't she beautiful? Just chilling out, total zen. And this is the look that I'm going for, or aiming for, the aura that I'm aiming for at the moment, in all the chaos and Irish screaming orders at me and being in a, not a small space, it's a nice size house, but an enclosed space with my partner and my child and the cats. So yes, I'm trying to be more like her, so she's quite inspirational to look at. I encourage you to explore your kitchen, all the kind of cupboards and places that you tuck things. It really is quite interesting. So I think probably one of the next videos I'm going to do is going to be something to do with the state that my hair is getting into. I'm starting to look really unkept now. So I've got a bunch of hairdressing stuff up in the roof and I'm going to go explore. And yeah, I'll include you on that one. So anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope that entertained you for 5 minutes. Stay safe and let me know what you thought. All right, take care. Bye.